Alright guys, I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, but I just got out of watching Superman. I'm gonna cut to the chase. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Okay, let's just jump into this. This will be a spoiler-free review. Don't worry about that. My spoiler review will be coming probably July 11th when everyone will be available to watch the movie. Maybe later, who knows? But I'm just going to get my thoughts out on what I think about this film that I've been waiting 2+ years for. And that's changed the whole trajectory of this channel. Yeah, I think this is incredible. Okay, and here's the thing though. It's not without its flaws. But I think most people will enjoy this movie. Especially, there are two groups of people who I think this movie is made for. The first is comic book fans. The second is superhero fans. The comic fans, this movie is so much like a comic. No spoilers, but there's a scene where they start something and you expect, there'd be a scene in between or whatever. It just jump cuts, like, it's crazy. And that will lead me to one of the issues I have later down the line. But I want to talk about my positives first, because we'll start positive. Yeah, comic movies are going to love this. Superhero film fans, this is such a unique film, okay? Brave New World, I remember watching that and thinking, I like it, it's good. But it was kind of generic, and it didn't spice things up a whole lot. This movie is completely different than the average superhero movie formula, and I found that so refreshing. Another thing I want to touch on is a big concern people have for the movie, that was going to be overstuffed, that there's too many characters. It is a bit overstuffed, but I don't think that's the character's fault. I think all the characters are in there for a reason, and they serve the story excellently. James Gunn, in the limited time he has with each character, somehow perfects their story and makes it make sense. And I couldn't be more glad he did that. However, the spotlight is always on Superman, whether it's his relationship with Lois, his relationship with his parents, how he deals with Lex Luthor. Speaking of which, Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, is a beast in this film. I don't think the writing always gives him the upper hand. I think sometimes there's a little bit of cringy lines. You may have heard them in the trailer. But Nicholas Hoult does not let that stop him. He absolutely bodies the role. Best live action Luthor we've seen ever. And I'm going to say it. Hot take. This is the best Superman movie we have ever received. Boom, I said it. Alright, that's like the highest praise I could give it. From a comic book perspective, it's not on the same levels as Dark Knight, but it doesn't have to be. This is a great and very strong start for the DCU, and I can only pray it does well financially, because I know for sure it's going to do well critically, because it's incredible. I am going to go ahead and get to some of my negatives, though, and that would be the pacing. I think some of the pacing, some scenes it's trying to get over too quickly, and so it ends up feeling rushed. Other scenes, it takes too long, and you're kind of waiting for it to wrap up. But for the most part, there's a really good story. Some parts are elongated and some are cut down, and that just really did not need to happen. But that's my biggest issue, is some of the pacing. But it doesn't ruin the movie. If you watch this, the chances are you're most likely going to enjoy it. I can't say you're going to love it. And another negative some people might have, I don't have this personally. I love comics. I love superheroes. But I know a lot of people will, so I'm just throwing it out there. It's very sci-fi. It's very wacky. It's not like Marvel. It's a lot more silly than Marvel movies. So if you're not a big fan of that, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably not going to end up loving this movie. You might get a kick out of a few things, but for the most part, you're not going to love it. Something that I thought would be a negative, but ended up not being, is James Gunn has a very signature style of humor, and I was kind of afraid that would mess with the tone of what a Superman movie should be, but all the humor fits in pretty darn well, I'd say, and it doesn't take away, it only elevates the film further. I really don't want to say more, because I feel like I might accidentally spoil the film, and that's the last thing I want to do, because even though James Gunn does say that no one spoiler could ruin the movie, I don't want to ruin this experience for people. Watching this in a crowded theater before it officially comes out on an IMAX screen, this is like the best theater experience I think I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, granted, I haven't had a very long life, but, you know, this movie, man, what can I say? I'm dragging on for too long. I'm just going to give it my 1 out of 10 review and leave. I think Superman is a certified... Oh gosh, I'm going to have to think about this. Okay. This might be my most controversial ranking yet. And just for reference, Brave New World's a 6 out of 10. I think Thunderbolts is an 8 out of 10. As of now, this may change in the future. I'm giving Superman a 9 out of 10. I mean, not everyone's going to find this a 9 out of 10. I reckon most people won't. But this movie is everything I personally could have wanted. So yeah. Anyway, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I will be coming out with a spoiler review, and you're definitely going to check that out because there's a lot of hidden details that you may not have noticed, but trust me, me and my brother, we were ready to catch them, and I'll see you then. Look up.